Yo, what is up, guys? It's Richard BSB on here, and it's pre-E3 week, and wow, there's been a lot of leaks going around on the internet, from 4chan to other reliable sources, and all those leaks, they have revealed a lot to us about what could be revealed at E3, and what probably will be revealed at E3. And honestly, I think this is probably one of the most exciting E3s ever in all of gaming history, especially for Nintendo, because the Switch, it has very, very high success as of now, and we also seem to be getting a lot more third-party support than initially received. So, without further ado, I want to give my personal thoughts and my personal, little prediction list about what E3 has in store for us. So, if I just bring it up, sorry. Yeah, so this is... Alright, so this is what I have predicted on my little list right here. So as you see, we have up here Kingdom Hearts 3. Look, I'm not a personal Kingdom Hearts fan, and I've never really actually played one. But, hey, a lot of people like Kingdom Hearts, and there's nothing wrong with that. I heard it's really good, and I do want to give it a little test shot when I can. Next is Bayonetta 3. Since Bayonetta 2 was a Wii U exclusive, and the publisher decided, hey, there's a lot more potential here, they decided to push Bayonetta 3 as a Switch exclusive, which I do commend them for that, because hello, the Switch is basically printing money for Nintendo just as the DS did back in the day. And I do really like to see what the Umbra Witch has in store for us in her next adventure. And next, right here, we have a Metroid Prime 4 teaser. Now, it doesn't have to be anything extensive, just like a little more confirmation about what we have for Metroid Prime 4. I do hope that there is going to be more to this, though. I do not just want it to be like, a teaser like they did back last year for E3. It was just a title, and even though it was just a title, we still freaked out over it, and we loved it. But I do hope that this year we get to see a little bit more of Metroid Prime 4. I have recently completed Metroid Prime 1 with only about a 62%, but it doesn't matter. It was still a very fun game, and I really enjoyed my experience playing Metroid in 3D. And after playing that, I became a lot more of a Metroid fan, diving deeper into Metroid's lore, the enemies, the timeline. I really love it. I especially love Metroid Fusion and Super Metroid. Those two are my personal favorites, besides Prime. And next is the upcoming Fire Emblem title for Nintendo Switch. And although I have only played very little of Fire Emblem for the Game Boy, the one that was just called Fire Emblem, not the Blazing Blade, from what I played from it, oh yeah, also there was Fire Emblem Heroes. From what I played, it does seem to be a very interesting game that has piqued my interest. I mean, I main Roy in Smash, but besides that, Fire Emblem has pretty much piqued my interest at this point. I'll give it a shot soon. And next we have Pokemon Switch right here. Now, as of recently, Nintendo has just revealed Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. And there was overall a, how should I say, mixed reaction to it. But it is a Generation 1 remake from what we can see as an audience. But I really don't see too much of a problem with it. I mean, sure, the presentation was a little lackluster, but overall, I think it would just be just fine. And what I also thought was interesting was that there's Pokemon Go integration into Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Especially with that little Pokeball accessory that was shown in the trailer. I do commend Nintendo for actually integrating Pokemon Go into a console video game, a console Pokemon game. But enough of that. Let's just keep going on with the list. Final Fantasy 15. Now, I know Square is quite reluctant to work with Nintendo. I mean, sure, they weren't able to bring Geno back fully into Smash 4 and only as a costume, but they were also able to bring Cloud into Smash 4, which shows just enough confidence in Nintendo that they could probably make this work. Albeit downscaled a little bit because, look, I don't personally own a PS4, but from what I've seen, it does look very extensive and does seem to surpass Nintendo Switch's hardware limits. So maybe we'll get a downscaled version, and maybe not even the entire game, maybe on 2 separate cartridges, like how they did with Final Fantasy VII with 3 discs. But we'll just have to wait until then. We'll just have to wait to see what Square does with Nintendo. And next we have new Zelda info. So, if you didn't know already, Nintendo, or rather Eiji Aonuma, he probably maybe teased at another Zelda that's being worked on for the Switch. And I do really hope to see what he has in store for Zelda next. Especially with him and Miyamoto creating such a wonderful game with Breath of the Wild. I cannot wait to see what the next Zelda will be. Especially since I think I read around where it said Breath of the Wild, well, not Breath of the Wild, but the new Zelda game will be working with the Breath of the Wild engine. Sorry for the cut, I had an intruder coming into my room, but no matter. Super Mario Odyssey DLC. Look, although we got Luigi's Balloon World as DLC, as a free DLC for Mario Odyssey, I do believe there is a lot more potential with Mario Odyssey's DLC. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything major. I mean, a lot more costumes would be appreciated. There were even some unused files for like a zombie Mario, which I thought was quite interesting. Maybe we could have a little extra DLC world where we have an extra side mission that involves the zombie costume, where you probably have to blend in with the people there. Or there could also be an incredible new major DLC. I mean, having a playable Luigi, that would be pretty nice. No joke, because remember back in the day when everyone thought Luigi was playable in 64? Oh man, those were the days. Elder's Rio on the star plaque in the courtyard. That was quite the elaborate imagination that people had with Luigi in Mario 64. Of course, he made it back into 64 DS, but here's the thing. And also, apparently there was a leak of Delfino Plaza actually making it in to Mario Odyssey. And as you may know, I'm going to be vanilla speedrunning Mario Sunshine. Although I won't be able to necessarily have the splits shown on screen because, you know, I'm kind of limited with what I can do. I don't have a gaming PC, and I do wish I did have one. However, I can find a way to make this work, and I'm hoping that we'll probably go for like a sub 2 hour run for Sunshine. And this is a vanilla speedrun, alright? So we'll just have to see what happens. Anyways, back to the leak. It was quite interesting to actually see Delfino Plaza actually being leaked, supposedly, for Mario Odyssey. And this could bring up a lot of question about what new mechanics could be introduced to Mario Odyssey, and maybe possibly a returning mechanic. We could probably see Flood back in action after being hibernated for so long, probably sitting there in EGAD's lab somewhere. But it's all up to Nintendo to see if they want to bring Flood back. I mean, I personally do. Probably as a companion to Cappy. Who knows? Maybe we could see a little bit of side character interaction with Cappy and Flood. Because, you know, Cappy does speak, and so does Flood. But Flood, he doesn't necessarily speak in like full dialogue, at least not seen or heard, because all he says is
Mario.
Or
Mario.
But we do see him talk at the end of Sunshine and around the beginning of it. So we'll just have to see until then. Anyways, next on the list, we have Pikmin 4. I myself have personally never played Pikmin in my life. I mean, I played a little bit of that Pikmin minigame in Nintendo Land, and I personally thought it was pretty fun. I mean, if that's how Pikmin is like, I'll be sure to probably give it a shot. I mean, I also saw that Trigger Conroy, one of my personal favorite YouTubers, he played Pikmin 1, 2, and 3, and I saw that he was having fun and probably had a few rage moments which were absolutely hilarious. But I'll be sure to probably give it a shot. Pikmin 4. Maybe 2019? Who knows? How could it work on the Switch? It worked on the GameCube, of course it's gonna work. And next, Mother 3. Now I know what all of you are saying. But Richard, Mother 3, it will never come to the US. Shigesato Itoi is done with Mother. Yes, I know he said that he's done with Mother, but that was probably only for when he was asked about a Mother 4. But I do believe that there is a possibility that we could get Mother 3 back around in the US. I mean, look, the demand is there. Nintendo, all they need to do is just open their ears a tad bit. Just a tad bit more to Mother fans. I mean, I've personally been playing Earthbound. It is a beautiful game. It's so witty, the enemies are so fascinating, and the characters are just lovable. But not Porky, or Pokey, however you want to say it. Screw Porky. But, again, Mother is a fascinating game. If you have not played it, please do. Pick up Earthbound on the Wii U. I mean, sure, it's kind of dead at this point, but come on, at least give it a shot. I mean, I've been playing through all three Mother games. Earthbound 0 or Mother 1, Earthbound, and Mother 3. The fan translation. Which, again, that shows that there's potential for a Mother 3 official translation. If there ever is one. But I need to know if there will possibly be Mother 3 on the Switch. We're talking about one of the most cult classic games of all time. Like Earthbound, the Earthbound games, Mother games, forgive me, are the most cult classic of cult classics. Oh, sorry, but again, the most cult classic of cult classics. Okay, sorry there for a sec. I had to adjust something there for a second, but this does give us hope. Maybe Mother 3 will probably see Lucas on there soon. Who knows? Lucas, Flint, Duster, Hinawa, Klaus. Again, I really hope that Nintendo does put the effort for Mother 3 to be pushed on the Switch and with an official English translation. Anyways, next thing, F-Zero. We have not seen an F-Zero game since GX on the GameCube. And hold on, let me actually look that up. Let's see when it was actually released. F-Zero GX. Look at that. It was released 2003. That was 15 years ago. Are you kidding me? F-Zero GX is about to be 15 years old. The captain will most likely never be pleased about this. But again, the high-speed action of F-Zero, I've played a little bit of GX. Admittedly, it was too fast for me. I've never played so much of a fast game like that in my life. But again, the hope is there for the captain to one day come back into the Blue Falcon and race again. Maybe with some returning characters. We'll probably see Samurai Girl there. or Black Shadow. But again, the captain deserves another chance. Please, Nintendo, please bring back the Falcon. Please bring them back. Oh wait, actually, I was wrong about when the last time we got a F-Zero game was. So, GP Legend. That's when we last got it. That was in, I believe, 06? Oh no, that's... oh, yeah. GP Legend, also 15 years ago. Disappointment. But... hope more, my fellow Falconeers. The Falcon shall return. I know he will. And next on our list, we have Star Fox. I played a little bit of 64. It's not terrible. It's pretty fun, actually. But, I mean, you know, are we probably going to see Falco and Fox again? Slippy? Please, no. No, actually, scratch Slippy. Slippy should probably just be exiled from the spaceship, the mothership. I don't know what it's called because I haven't played through story mode. I've only played multiplayer with my friends, but again, Slippy needs to be gone. Be gone, Slippy! Oh, and Peppy could also return too. And who knows, we could see Wolf again in another certain game that he's been missing from. Erica, if he doesn't come back, you still owe us that sandwich, B. It doesn't matter. Again, I do hope we get to see Fox and Falco travel the galaxy again in a new Star Fox game for the Switch. There was actually sort of a leak for another Star Fox game. Apparently it was called Star Fox Grand Prix, but not sure. Wait, actually, I think I have it up here. Yeah, here it is. On Game Informer. This leak sounds fake, but we don't know if it's true yet. But numerous sources have information on it. If I get to see... Oh, wait. You guys didn't see it. Alright. See, look. Right there. This leak sounds fake, and we don't know if it's true yet. But numerous sources have information on it. Dude, if I get to see my shine again, I'm going to be so happy. But next thing on the list, Xenoblade 3. Look, I know it's a little... Again, Xenoblade 3. Look, I know it's a little early for another Xenoblade to be in development, but think about it. I mean, we got to see what was probably one of the greatest RPGs on the Switch yet. Max, Pyra, Mithra, the trio, the legendary trio. Look, I have never played a Xenoblade game in my life, not even on the Wii, but again, I have heard so much good from it, and probably for a few other reasons, we might get another Xenoblade, but again, no matter. Let me just adjust this just before I make another mistake. And here, Call of Duty on Switch. I mean, again, World War II wasn't gonna be brought on to the Switch. There were no plans for it. But who knows? We may get Black Ops 4 on there. And I know, like, Call of Duty pretty much takes no skill, in all honesty. I mean, it's Call of Duty. It's probably one of the most overrated games ever. And sorry, but not sorry if any of you fans get triggered by it. Sorry, but it's just kind of what it is. But if Black Ops 4 was to come to the Switch, I wouldn't mind it. I'd pick it up. I'd probably play it a little bit. Who knows? I do think I would be good at it if I actually tried. Okay, this next thing on the list, Metal Gear on the Switch. With the state of Konami, maybe we won't get it. In fact, I think it's 99% sure that we won't get a Metal Gear installment. Ever. No matter on what console. Not even PC. We'll probably never get another Metal Gear again. And if we do, please let it be on the Switch. And Fortnite. I mean, I'm not too into it. Again, I don't have a good enough PC to actually play with it. It's a Virgin's game. But apparently there was a leak for it listed on... yeah, right here. Epic Games has released Fortnite on every conceivable device except for toasters and the Switch. Oh yeah, also the the mobile port of Fortnite has grown exponentially like a tumor. I mean, I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world, but I'm a little worried. But it doesn't matter. We'll just keep going. And Dragon Ball FighterZ. I do love Dragon Ball. It's probably one of my favorite series in probably all the history. I just love Dragon Ball. It's really cool. Just watching all the fights, the interesting dialogue, the lore. I mean, I have yet to actually get on the Super Train yet, but who knows? I'm riding on it right now. At least, not necessarily riding on it, but more at the docking station and whatnot. But I have been playing lots of Budokai Tenkaichi 3 a lot. I don't know if you guys remember that game, but it's probably one of the greatest fighting games of all time. Especially the Wii port. It's not too bad, especially when you're playing with where is it? I can't seem to find a classic controller, but here's an image of one. So I do hope that we get FighterZ onto the Switch. I mean, again, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, one of the greatest fighting games of all time. It's fluid, it's amazing, it's so much fun to play, especially with friends. Even though every time I play with this one guy I know, he absolutely destroys me. But we'll save that for another time. Multimedia. Yeah. Multimedia. It's been sort of an issue on everyone's mind when it comes to the Switch. I mean, when it first came out, we didn't really have an internet browser. At least, you know, not until we technically found one through a share on social media option. But, again, forgive me for the second cut that came in. Another intruder came in, but it doesn't matter. So, multimedia has always been an issue for the Switch that everyone has talked about. Again, the internet browser. We could probably see Hulu. No, wait. Isn't Hulu already on there? Hold on. Let me check. Yeah, Hulu's on the Switch. Yeah, never mind. Alright. But we do see potential because, again, Hulu's on there. So maybe Netflix could probably tap into the Switch and put their app on there. And, you know, it's always been kind of fuzzy with this Switch. Nobody really expected for there to be multimedia at all. And here we are, Hulu on the Switch, probably Netflix. And hopefully we will get YouTube on there because, again, YouTube is pretty much replacing TV at this point. At this rate, TV is going to die off in probably a flaming ball like Planet Vegeta did. But whatever. I do hope that we get a lot more multimedia options on there. And Crunchyroll. I'm looking out for you guys. I'm looking out for you on that Switch eShop, B. I want to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on the go in my house without having to lose connection to my Wii U from my Wii U gamepad. You see that poster up there? That's Jotaro from Part 3. I want to see more of him on the go. And the N64 Classic, ooh, N64 Classic. Yes, again, the SNES Classic has once again fallen to the hands of scalpers and have been sold at an unreasonably and ungodly high price. It's just like the NES Classic all over again. But hey, people do love their games. I mean, I understand that. I do have a lot of Super Nintendo favorites, along with a lot of NES favorites. I also have a lot of N64 favorites. It's pretty likely that it will come soon. Please let there be Majora's Mask on there. And please let there be Banjo-Kazooie on there. And finally, the Switch Mini and the Switch XL. An awfully strange prediction, but who really knows? I mean, we'll probably be getting, most likely getting bigger Joy-Cons if we're getting the Switch XL. I mean, a lot of people with big hands such as myself would appreciate it. And for the Switch Mini, it could just be, you know, for the tykes, the little kids, the toddlers. Maybe not those, because they'll probably destroy that thing in seconds. But, you know, the younger audience. Just like how Nintendo thought of the younger audience when they were conceiving the Nintendo 2DS. You know, because, you know, the 3DS had lots of eye strain possibility on younger eyes, 7 and lower. But, again, I do think that this is very much a possibility. And 3DS is not dead, unfortunately. So they might as well just take some traits after it, extract some DNA from the 3DS, and put it into the Switch. But again, this is very likely soon enough, probably 2019. NVIDIA could also help out with the video cards inside the new Switch models and suit them best. Anyways, guys, this marks the end of my E3 predictions. Let's hope for the best and let Nintendo succeed. In fact, their name means leave luck to heaven, and God, I hope that they do end up very lucky to have all these third-party developers graciously put their games on their system. I do hope that Nintendo succeeds at E3 and doesn't blue ball us. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video. Take care.